Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real, relevant, and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I am super thrilled to have with us today Mr. Marvin Wilson from Lindio Central, Charlotte. How are you, Marvin?
Hey, great, Kim. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm excited because we have a whole show lined up for you all, a full hour of just talking about funding and how to be the bank and how to get some of the funding that you need. Marvin Wilson is an expert in this area, so I want you all to grab your virtual seats. I have received some of your questions, and so Marvin, you're going to be kind of on the spot because some people have asked questions that I was looking down right quick to see, and people have been inboxing questions, so I'll share those questions throughout our discussion. And as you're coming into the virtual studio audience, feel free to let us know where you're visiting in from and what questions you may have about personal funding or business funding. And Marvin Wilson may be able to answer them for you today, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Listen, we'll be right back, and I'm going to formally introduce you, Marvin. Okay?
Okay.
I'm excited to have you, and you're right in Charlotte.
Today's the day.
Today is the day. You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
All right. Definitely, you can drink your coffee. What you drinking over there?
Huh?
What you drinking?
I'm just a regular guy. I just a little bit of cream and sugar.
A little bit of cream and sugar. Well, I have ice. You hear my ice clicking? Ice water over here.
Oh, ice water. Yeah. Well, I had a smoothie this morning, so I'm already sort of got my fiber going, protein. So.
Well, I had Chick-fil-A, so I just went straight all the way there. I had some Chick-fil-A, whole kit and caboodle, everything with the little hash browns, all of that. But yesterday I did have a Core Power like chocolate little protein shake. So that was good. But I just go up and down. Blah, 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 blah. So balance. I'm balancing it all, even in my diet. All right, everybody, listen, we're going to just introduce you to one of our episode sponsors today, which is none other than Snow Legal Group. And we encourage you to check them out, 704-358-0026. If you're dealing with personal injury, make sure you reach out to Snow Legal. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, and we're back. We are talking with Marvin Wilson, who is a U.S. Navy veteran. He's an entrepreneur who has built successful businesses in the travel industry and event promotion and ticketing after working with his father's travel company. And Marvin had his first taste of business when he was working with his dad. But we're going to learn more about his backstory as well as answer some of your pressing questions today. He assists business owners with receiving business funding in the current economic climate. That is so important. His unique perspective is based on his life experiences as well as his military service during Desert Storm and the Pentagon. So we can't wait to hear from Marvin Wilson today. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing, Kim? I'm so happy to be here. I've been waiting on this.
Well, I'm happy that you're here too. So tell us a little bit about your background, and then we're going to just go straight into just all funding discussion.
Well, I'm a native, North Carolina, small town, a little north of Charlotte called Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay.
And yeah, and I was basically raised there. My stepdad was military, so we moved around a lot. But for the most part, that's where my upbringing came on. I actually went into the military early. I sort of graduated early, so I went in military at 17, and I guess that was instrumental because I'm the only sibling. I'm the only child, so I had to actually, sort of turn my mom's arm and my dad to really say, hey, well, he was cool with it, but my mom was like, wartime. Only so that was
Desert Storm, like what? No,
yeah,
sweetheart,
yeah.
no.
So I think I needed that just for me, via as a man, and just to be able to see what the world was about. I grew up so fast. I had so many experiences, and just being well traveled. I'm really grateful now that I was able to be able to see so many cultures and so many aspects of life. So after that, I did more or less almost a 6-year tenure in United States Navy. I went to Bahrain 2 trips. I was in the battle when we was looking at Haiti. There's a lot of things that I saw when I was in there.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I think it made me so diverse. I had 2 jobs in the Navy. I was a helo squad leader, but then my second job, I was pretty much I was a secretary for a captain. So it was a little bit diverse. But at the end of the day, it taught me a lot. After that, I actually wound up working with the Veterans Hospital for 5 more years. It was retroactive towards my retirement. So that put me right around 13 years towards retirement. But I had a real big nudge, Kim. I was like, okay, I think I did the military thing. I'm grateful. I honored my country.
Yes.
But it's time for me to go out and see what this other side of life is about. And so I left the Veterans Hospital, of course, on good terms. And I think that was in 2007. And I haven't worked for anybody since.
Wow. So
Yeah.
since 2007, you have owned your own business entities. And I know you take great pride in being a new owner here of Lindio Central Charlotte. Tell us
Yeah.
about that experience, how you became the owner, and then what is your mission for helping people?
Yeah. Good question. Good question. That's where the rubber hits the road. um, Again, once I left the Veterans Hospital, I went into more of the travel entertainment aspect of it. And I really wanted, because I had got a picture and a perspective of that from my stepdad. Again, it's in my book, Passion for Freedom. Guys, pick that up. It's a great book. Good read, easy read as well. Passion for Freedom. But anyway, he, sort of gave me a glimpse of the entertainment piece. We're dealing with high level people, officials. Of course, I had a little bit of that in the military. But that sort of got me towards really understanding how people with a higher business temperament move. And, it was a high and low with that experience because, I was making wonderful money. I climbed, different levels, meeting a lot of different, celebrities and a lot of people that were on that side. But not knowing the principles of business and the basics, just the framework of how business is supposed to be, looked at. I pretty much almost lost it all, Kim, with that tenure. And so I made another pledge to myself to go out and just be devoted to learning, becoming more of I would say an expert in business credit and personal credit.
Okay.
And when I did that, Kim, it wasn't so convoluted. It wasn't a lot of people that was in those type of areas at that time. That was like 2015. And so with that 2015, I opened up a brick and mortar credit and business credit business called Funding Credit.
Okay.
And it was really well received in Charlotte because, of course, Charlotte in this area it's the Bible Belt, but again, it's also banking capital in the most part. So it's a lot of people that really, are really sharp, and they really command a lot of different, a very high level of integrity when it comes to talking about finance.
Yes.
So I had to almost sort of prove myself, Kim, because again, I'm not coming from a financial genre at that time. I'm coming from way across the street on, concerts and events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
whole different background.
Yeah, it was very. So with that though, I was really self-motivated. I traveled all over the country. I went to a lot of underwriting conventions and just really well self-taught. Got around a lot of smart people. And so from 2015 up until last year, I was pretty much successfully running the funding credit business, which is just a one-stop shop when it comes to credit, business credit, consulting.
Right. Okay.
And then I had got something came across my desk. It was an opportunity during COVID, and it was going when the PPP program was with the government, and everybody was looking for an opportunity to try to get some kind of funding. So with that, I was also working, in my own area of helping people with a lot of that funding. So there was a franchise opportunity that was coming along from each state. And it was actually, I seen a memo that came from an indirect client of mine.
Okay.
He said, Marvin, I seen something that looked just like you, and you really need to pay attention to this. I think this is something you need to pay attention to.
Wow.
And
okay.
It was Lindio, really seeking out a very personable opportunity at that time for certain individuals that can really take their state, their territory to the next level and help people in COVID and help people even in the future to help them with business funding and, a lot of opportunities. And it was a franchise model. So I said, okay, I'll check it out. And flew out there, had a wonderful experience, met the CEO. He wanted me to carry on the Lindio brand over to the Carolinas. And so with that, I'm the franchise owner here in the Charlotte, North and South Carolina region. And I'm 8 months in, Kim. So I'm
crazy. Okay, first of all, you're saying you've talked about owning your own business since you were 2007. Then you fast forward, you do start a funding company right in Charlotte. But unbeknownst to you, that when COVID hits, you officially will become a franchise owner of Lindio. And that's just something that a friend shared with you, kind of just, here's a great opportunity. It looks like you with the whole PPP programs and things. And one of the key words that you said was integrity, how important it is to have integrity when it comes to dealing with financial institutions. And so I hear certain words and it's like, that's a word that resonates with me.
Oh yeah, that's key.
So I'm really grateful that you've been afforded this opportunity to become a new owner 8 months in for the Lindio Central Charlotte location. When we come back after this commercial break, I want us to start going to some of our viewer questions and even questions that maybe we don't ask you, but we need to know when it comes to funding. So don't say, well, Kim, you didn't ask that. So guess what? We didn't talk about it. I'd be like, wait, what? You knew we needed to know that, Marvin. You should have told us. Okay. So anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Marvin Wilson, owner of Lindio Central Charlotte. And one question I have for already is the funding just specific to Charlotte only under your leadership, or are you able to fund other areas too? So when we come back, Silver Shield Security is one of our episode sponsors. Let's take a look at them now. We'll be right back.
Okay.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone. And Marvin, you probably can see me and Mackenzie backstage doing all kind of gestures. We're like blowing her kisses and thumbs up and stuff. And she's over there.
I love it. I love that teamwork.
You can see the teamwork.
Like,
what are they doing back there? All right, everybody. Listen, we're back and we're talking with Marvin Wilson, who is the owner of Lindio Central Charlotte. Answer that first question. Are you only specific to this territory, or are you able to serve other areas?
Great question. I mean, that was actually the first question that I asked Lindio coming aboard. It was a lot of things I had to work out from the beginning just to make sure it was going to be a good fit. Of course, again and again, Kim, I've been around all over the country, made great relationships in my past. And I knew that for me, it was going to spill over into a lot of things of what I was going to be doing now. So, yeah, of course, this is my territory, but I can do funding for anybody in every state, all states, all over the United States. Absolutely.
Okay. That's very important to know, everyone. Make sure you all are sharing this broadcast with your friends, your family, coworkers, anybody you like, anybody that you know is in business. Go ahead and make sure that you share this and tag your friends. Any questions that came in from the studio audience? Let me see if I can go to some of those. And I know people have been sending me questions too. I see your comment, Mom. You said, good morning. Looking forward to some great information. I am taking notes, my mom said. Go ahead, Ella.
There you go.
Name your whole government
Love
name.
it.
Dr. Connie Green, who is the host of Wisdom Tips with Dr. Connie Green, is here as well. And Clarissa Lee, and she actually has a digital website design company. So make sure that you all connect. She's very gifted at what she does. And she also helps publish authors that, God has put something down inside of your spirit, but you want to know who to help get that thing birthed. Well, Clarissa Lee will help you do that as well. Okay. And she's one of our Mother Dreamer members. Let's see. Okay. Let me go to questions. If y'all have questions, go ahead and type them in. Okay. And I see some that came in online. I shouldn't have just put it in different places because people have been inboxing all kinds of stuff, doing all manner of stuff. Let's see. Okay. Question. Let's see. This question came in. We answer these questions. We have the answers. Okay. Dr. Joe D. Bear said, hey, this is a great one. We answer these questions and we have the answers. Okay, great job, Dr. Joe D. Kim Langford says, and she has the KL experience and owns a business in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, says, okay, when transitioning your business from one thing to, I should probably tag her so we know she knows we're answering her question, huh? That would be helpful. Like, get on here. Let me tag her. Because these are good questions that people are asking, and I want to make sure answering. Y'all keep your questions coming in. Your question. All right, right now. All right, let me go back to her question. I'm doing the most over here. Pray for me. So I try to manage and multitask. All right, so her question is, when transitioning from your business from one thing to another, to increase traffic, what doors of financial opportunities are available for that situation? When transitioning your business from one thing to another and to increase traffic, what doors of financial opportunities are available? You understand that?
Well, I'm trying to make sure that.
Oh, you know what? Let me go further. She said, for women in business, for single women in business, and grants to assist with the new endeavor. That's probably better. So when transitioning your business from one thing to another, and she wants to know what financial opportunities are available overall from your perspective for women in business, single women in business, and grants to assist with their new endeavor. Kind of like a 3-part question.
Well, let me see. I could take that apart. Well, I think first and foremost, definitely right now, definitely with women, you probably need to, definitely look at what SBA has involved, just depending on what type of business structure you're in, looking for that, some long-term stuff. Usually SBA is more kind when you're more seasoned, have a lot of documentation and things like that. Also make sure just to see what, either some type of minority things that's out there for the people that can welcome that. Just a lot of things that whatever business model you in, just see if you could just sort of test the temperature on certain areas when it comes to more of getting into a certain significant type of business. I mean, that's just a broad area. But when it comes to, I would say, the nonprofit side, it's more what I call hybrid model, meaning that your profit reflecting your nonprofit. I always tell people, first and foremost, you want to get into something, whether it be business that's something that you love and something that you really can warrant with your spirit, something that you want to get up and do. Because it's not always going to be about making money being an entrepreneur. You're not always going to make money every day at the beginning. I mean, that's just what it is. So if you don't have passion in it, then, you know, it's really going to reflect in a lot of other areas.
Yes.
Customer service, the culture of your business, the way that you convey and come across people. So when you have a profit business, just make sure that if you are understanding what the nonprofit aspect comes into, look at the tax write-offs, make sure that when you get into your 501(c), structuring your SWOT analysis, making sure that your pilot projects or the things that you do, like your events that takes place in your nonprofit before you get funding, just make sure that you're either parenting up with a more mature, seasoned nonprofit in that way, or make sure yourself is really reflected in the community or maybe serving, and you have some type of track record and reference.
That's good.
Because they really want to see what you're doing. I mean, nonprofits is about solving problems in the community. What problem are you solving, right? You know, it's not about the monetary side. They're going to reward you with the monetary, but what are you doing in activity? So those two things sometimes can definitely work for you in a lot of ways. And I sit down, I have a course that's going to show people how to really structure your profit and your nonprofit so they both can be productive and profitable. So those are the two things and points with that. Yeah.
Excellent. And so, Kim, I see you say that even turning your church facility into a multi-purpose space versus it just being only a religious facility. And so she said, okay, okay. What about with your company? Are there any specific funding opportunities for women in business, minority women in business, or any grants available through Lindio specifically, since you're representing them today?
Well, I mean, Kim, for the most part, I mean, I just yesterday, I had a lot of people that I had got funded with a lot of the resources that comes from my funding credit aspect, showing people how to actually be credible when it comes to, I think the PPP was a thing of the past, but a lot of people have been really trying to get the increase when it comes to the economic, the EIDL. And so they ran out of money yesterday. And so I've been getting a lot of people, really, down about that. Yeah, the SBA said they ran out of money, and there's a lot of people been really trying to get into that area of getting some funding from the EIDL loan. But just keep checking in with SBA. I mean, they're all different types of things when it comes to business acquisitions, commercial real estate, buildings. Going back to she talking about more of a multi-purpose thing. That's something that I could definitely talk to her about. There is a lot of information. I probably have to know a little bit more about her business in general, but there is some funding there in the SBA. There is some things there. But for me, it's more of being able to really culture more of businesses. Of course, that's between the first year and I would say 3 to 5 years. There's a lot of different things that I look at business models that's missing that can get you into a fundable process very quickly. Being able to definitely make sure that the temperament is really in a way that when you presenting your business, that everything is, and I'll talk about that later on in the webinar this evening, but make sure your business is structured, make sure you're fundable. And that's why I think, I know my business model is a really educational component. And anybody out there, guys, the reason why I really wanted to get into this model, because I wanted people to understand that I love the banks. They're, and I'm befriending a lot of the banks throughout the country now, but there's not a lot of education when a lot of business owners are seeking funding from a bank. You fill out an application, you pretty much wing it, you put your information down, you keep your fingers crossed. With us, we take your information, we pretty much dialogue with you, let you know what the pros and cons are, and we pretty much try to structure and educate you with a soft pull program, meaning that we can do a pre-qual on you and show you where you are. Okay. Then you'll know how to move, how strong you are, and what you can be approved for before anything goes on your credit or your business credit. And I think that's very essential, Kim.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that was a preventive maintenance from me to the community to know that they can come in and they won't get dinged on their credit, and they get educated to know that if it doesn't start now, when it can start and how to move to get it started.
That's good.
So,
That's really
yeah.
good. So you're going to be talking about that this evening at a program that you're going to be highlighting this particular information on how to structure your business, how to be the bank itself versus you just going and trying to get all of this funding and not knowing exactly what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing, Kim, is the reason why I say that. People are like, well, what do you mean the bank? Well, if you think it's about the bank sitting on the corner, then you're lost in the sauce right now. This is Lendio is financial technology.
Okay.
This is not about the bank sitting on the corner, guys. This is about your data. This is about things that we can look at 3 or 4 different areas that goes along with you right now that can help you get funding that you don't know nothing about. Okay. It's not always about your credit. It's not always about your revenue. It's not always about your collateral. We take a lot of other things in consideration, even from your personal life, a lot of different other pieces that help you get funding. So financial technology is the new way of looking at how to go out and build a business and use us to help you get funding. And
it sounds like you're talking. Let me just interrupt. I can only speak for myself. Like, it sounds like you're speaking in tongues, right? For me, like, you know, when you're in church, people are speaking in tongues and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm only representing Kim here. I'm not representing all of you all in virtual studio audience. Okay. But I can tell you that what you're saying is absolutely incredible information. And so tonight starting at 6:30, he is going to be doing a webinar that is going to have all of this information packed in there with specific steps associated with it. Yep. And the cost is nominal compared to the funding that hopefully you will receive. And so definitely go to webinars.lendioclt.com. And then if you get a chance to interact with him, let him know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you over there, because this is going to be some great information. I'll also be in attendance as well. And when he does events, he knows how to put together some pretty phenomenal events. So you definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to learn.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ecstatic. I am so ready for this thing.
This is good. Somebody else said, Dr. Connie Green, turning the church building into a multi-purpose facility sounds like a great idea. Yes, this is amazing. Dennis said, making history, make history, hashtag make history. And also hashtag be the bank. And hashtag let's go Lendio Central CLT. Let's get all of these things trending. Yep. All right. Someone else asked a question as well, which was, what are options available for, okay, you already answered that, for nonprofits to obtain funding. And then someone else said, what are options available for small businesses? So I think you addressed that too.
Well, I'd like to touch on that.
Okay.
Small businesses right now, Kim, it's so vast. Anybody that's in business right now needs to really be so gung-ho about just going for it right now. You know, and this is
so we
really
should be. We should.
They should be. No, yeah, they should be.
Okay.
Moving forward. I don't want people to get into understanding that because of the time and the crisis of what's going on in the economy right now. Right now, this company's always been built on small businesses. Right now is the time to really step out on faith, get around the right people, get the necessary business, get the necessary funding. Definitely, guys, if you can go towards putting a piece of your business model online, if you can get some of your services private to be able to be more e-commerce, that's definitely going to be favorable. I mean, that's just a preventive maintenance with any business. But anyway, but the funding is definitely out there. Okay. I'm actually going out to California on Friday to a wealth conference, and we're going to be actually talking about a lot of different money coming down the pipe for small business. So small businesses, it's amazing right now.
How do people get the funding? I'm trying to figure out, like, what are some basic steps that people need to take to be able to ensure that they're prepared and equipped to receive the funding after they
Absolutely.
apply?
Well, first and foremost, you got to be credible. If you're not bringing a lot of stuff to the banks, one thing that the banks and the lending institutions look for is either credibility. They're going to look for money, revenue, or three, something that shows them that, I would just say collateral, meaning that if you're credible, I can give you money if you have an excellent credit score, meaning that personal funding, you would probably need to be somewhere between 650 and 680 FICO. Business owners, you definitely probably would need to be a little bit higher. I would say 680 and greater. Okay. No lates, no charge-offs. You're going to have to be a little clean. But other than that, startup businesses, if you got a good credit score, guys, we can go out there and get you minimum 40, 50, 60 grand if you have and that's minimum, if you have a great credit score. And that's what the LLC, guys, the LLC could be 5 days old. But what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, Kim, we're going to give you $50,000, $60,000 because we looked on your personal profile and you look amazing. You've been taking care of your bills. You've been having a great experience. Your credibility is good. Your credit debt ratio is below 30. Yada yada yada. You know what? What we'll do?
Not the yada yada yada.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other things that taking place, but those are the mainframe. So they will give you startup funding on your business that you could have started just a few days ago. And then I tell people from that point, you take those monies, you create cash flow. But the second phase definitely is to go ahead and get under the umbrella of getting business credit. So then you don't have to run your business on your personal. You can run it on the business. That's where you're supposed to be at.
Now with the business credit, because that's what I've always been told, that, and I'm sure I'm representing you all here in the studio audience, that it's better to get the business credit and not have it go against your personal credit. But I know anytime I've ever applied for anything like talking about it, it's always still gone against my personal credit some kind of way. It links back to my personal credit every time. So then when you get maxed out using your personal credit, how can you really do this whole business credit only thing without it ever going to your personal credit?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna really get in detail with that tonight.
Okay, yeah, then save it. I'm gonna be there.
It's the sauce in the sauce, because I think that's where everybody wants to be. Nobody wants to have those liabilities and all that on their personal credit. If something happens with your business, everything comes down, and they're going to come down on you personally. So it's almost like business credit on training wheels. I call it personal guarantee, PG, when you use your personal credit to get funding. But again, guys, until you get that under your EIN, it's an area that's okay. It gets you started, but you don't want to stay there. But again, Kim, I've had, lake. I've had a house on the lake. I've had corporate vehicles. I shared some of those different. I've had restaurants. I've had a lot of things under my business that was never under my personal credit. So some of those things I definitely still have in my possession. Some of those things I outgrew, but none of those ever affected my personal life or my personal
Let me outgrow my house on the lake. Thank you. So, pardon me. I'm sorry. I'm just being a whole silly self here. Pardon me. I have outgrown my house on the lake. So at this time, I'm going to say toodaloo and look to bigger endeavors. So I'm sorry. I've just outgrown my house on the lake. You are too much.
Well, I mean, it was. I mean, the thing is, though, Kim. I mean, to be really honest with you, sometimes you outgrow things. You move with the business, right?
That's
so
right.
At that time, I was doing a lot of framework, a lot of business up in the, of course, not far from here, the Lake Norman area. Right. And at that time, everything was on my business credit. So it would behoove me to go up there and say, okay, I'm going to be on the lake for the rest of my life, or I might just be up here for a few years. I had an office. Let me make some amazing relationships. So I tucked everything under my business credit, got the house in my business credit, got my office in my business credit, got my vehicles in my personal credit. my business credit. So then, it's just a lot easier. Just put it that way.
And you can show us how to do this, how to get it.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Y'all, we definitely want to tune in and be a part of that webinar tonight. Another question that came in, and I'm going to just leave the name anonymous, but is there personal funding for those with challenging credit?
It is. There's some things there. Of course, the interest rates are not going to be favorable for you. They're probably going to give you probably more short term than long term. But there are some products out there for people with challenged credit. But I would just tell you guys, you just got to know what you're coming against. I don't know. Sometimes people with challenged credit do have some kind of cash flow and means of paying things. But I would definitely say challenged. I would say more get proactive in cleaning the credit up before you get into any type of obligations like that, if you can. But if you're in a situation that you need to pull the trigger, we do have some options for you, and we have some tools sometimes for people with challenged credit that can change it pretty significantly and fast.
Okay, I appreciate everything that you're sharing. I know that this is a link that people can also use if you want to get some personal or business funding. And this is a link that I'm trying to put that up, Mackenzie, right here. Okay, so this link right here, I want to make sure that you all know is in there. All you have to do is copy and paste it into your browser, and it'll take you to a funding application as well. But when people do this through the link that you've provided to me, Marvin, I want to know what approximate score do they need to have? Because I don't want to send people to get funding and then they like, girl, I did that and still didn't qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. So usually what we do is we sort of prod them into going personal and business. And the reason why we do that, because again, everything gonna go off more so your personal credibility. So I would definitely say if you feel that you're, higher, and we definitely like to look at Experian. That's pretty much the temperature when it comes to very accurate credit monitoring right now. So I would say if you have over a 650 credit score, I would definitely click the link. And even if you don't, guys, we'll tell you where you are. It's not a good or bad thing. We have I have a good crew and staff that's definitely going to let you know if you're approved or not. It's like a good or bad thing. We're telling you where you are, and it might be something that you might just maybe make a little tweak so you are fundable. But 650 definitely gets you in. And 680 is definitely great for business owners. 680 is definitely where you want to be for business owners. But if you're not, we have credit boost programs. We get credit consultation and credit repair programs. Good. And we have business credit. So,
this is good. So you have solutions. You're going to offer solutions. So it's not just a no. Or the other question I had is if it's not that they can't receive that specific amount that they're applying for, would you then as a company come back and say, well, you don't qualify for this, but we are able to give you this amount? Or is it just a yes or no when it comes to funding on that level?
Well, it's a little bit of both. Sometimes people come in and they and we do a pre-qual form. So if it's a pre-qual comes in form, say if someone comes in and and I'm just throwing it out there, they might have a 670 credit score. They might be on the fence of being able to not really qualify for a lot of business products, but we'll tell them, maybe we can do this, we can do that. Now, but they might have still came in, Kim, on the personal realm of being able to qualify for $35,000, but we could tell them something that they could probably do in 7 to 10 days that could probably get them $70,000. Oh, I didn't know that, Marvin. You mean to tell me
why I need to meet? What in the world? Why am I hearing this on the show? Okay, y'all, excuse us. We're gonna have to have our own meeting, and then I'll be able to come back and talk more intelligently. Listen, I want to make sure Mackenzie. Okay, you have it pulled up. Perfect. Mackenzie's backstage helping me today, and our next episode sponsor is none other than GetInsured.Solutions, 704-499-3616. I want to make sure you know about them because when it deals with end of life, you want to make sure that you have a situation where the remaining family members have finances to continue to live versus having all of it go to burial expenses and things of that nature. So you want to reach out to Samantha Benson at getinsured.solutions. And we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Keep your questions coming and make sure you share the broadcast, everybody. We'll be right back.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection. With funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions, 704-499-3616.
All right, everyone. And we're back. We're talking with Marvin Wilson, who is the owner of a franchise called Lindio in Central Charlotte. And so he's here answering some of our questions. But most importantly, I want you to know that he has a big event coming up. And the event is this today. Not this, nothing. It's today. He's been one of our episode sponsors. So every day we've been playing his official commercial. And I could play the commercial because I always play it anyway. This whole week, but did you want me to play it while you're here too?
Hey, well, I'd love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and take y'all on over to. Hold on one second. We shall go over here, and let me find Mr. Yes. All right. All right, everybody. I'm gonna pull this in. Oh, I want to do it this way. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna do it this way. All right, everybody, listen, you want to make sure that you know that you're going to learn how to be the bank, and also the one and only business funding master course webinar is happening this evening from 6:30 p.m. that will begin, and you don't want to miss it. So we're going to listen to this video clip from Mr. Marvin right now. All right.
Hey, this is the funding CEO, man. Hey, just coming out of one of these banks. I'm gonna let you guys know, man. May the 10th, I'm gonna introduce to you how close you are to being the bank. You gotta tap in, guys. This is the funding CEO, man. Hey, look, the first fintech banking owner here in North Carolina, South Carolina area. You gotta be there, guys. Listen, man, I'm gonna be dropping so much information, secret sauce on all underwriting criteria. What the banks have been holding back from you guys for years, not telling you. I'm gonna drop it in this webinar, guys, because I want you guys to go out here and be able to have some healthy businesses. Okay, you can be able to walk into banks or walk in any type of situation when it comes to funding for your small businesses. I'm so pumped, man. This is my way of giving back, man. $20 million with small businesses over the last few years. And I'm gonna drop it all in this webinar, guys. Just pay attention, man. Hey, May the 10th, man, 6:30. Be there, all right? Don't play small, man. If you're gonna think, like I always tell you, think big. Peace, funding CEO.
All right, everybody. So if you're going to think big. That's from the funding CEO. And again, the event is taking place this evening. So if you have not already registered, if you're watching this program, let me make sure I tell some other people here. Listen, if you're watching today, make sure that you have your butt in the seat virtually right at this webinar, webinars.lindioclt.com. Listen, all excuses are being removed because he's giving us the secret sauce to be able to get funding for our small businesses as well as for our personal needs. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to learn how we can be the bank. It's one thing to go to the bank, get your approval or denial. It's another thing to be the bank. That's what he's going to be training us on tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. So what else do you want people to know that's tuning in today?
Well, I mean, Kim, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on here today. For me, I just really want people to just wake up, and the spiritual, the God in me. I really know God is using me in this area in this time to really be able to try to be just as plain as possible and try to get this information over to the people, so people can just, if they're wanting to leave these 9 to 5s, if they do, that there's options out there, guys, and then you can really live in your purpose. You can really be God expressed, and you can really make an impact not only on your life but on your kids' life, because they're watching you, And I guess via me as a man, and I'll say it as a Black man, I feel that we have to come up and stand up in this realm, in this time, and women, of course, just to be mindful of. It's a little tough out here, and if you don't start figuring it out now, we don't start challenging ourselves now, then it's going to be rougher on our kids. It's going to be rougher on our legacies, because we got to get tapped in, guys. There's a lot of money out here, but if we're not aware, or we're not in those circles or in those rooms, and that's why I tapped in and made this investment, so I can be in those rooms and give you this information. Okay. That's why I'm still traveling the country to get you the most current information that's coming out about getting small businesses funding. So definitely, guys, I'm so ecstatic. Please, I get pumped up because that's just naturally me. But I really want to make an impact. Again, I have a $1 billion conglomerate behind me. They're rooting for me. I'm here in North and South Carolina, but I can do funding anywhere, guys.
That's good.
Give us a call. Hit that link that Kim put out there, guys. And if you do call, reference Kim, please.
Well, somebody just already said that
it's already there.
Clarissa says she just registered.
Okay.
So Clarissa's going to be in attendance tonight. And guess what, Clarissa? It is an investment that you're going to be proud you made for yourself, for your own business, for everything that you have going on. I personally am going to be a part of this as well, because I want to know how I can be the bank for me, for my children, for my household, for my business entities. Absolutely. I have multiple entities, and how do I make those a revenue generating situation? So I'm excited about what we're going to learn this evening. So who else is going to be registering? I really hope that you all will be in your virtual seats. It doesn't take a lot of time for you to go and just register. I'll see you there tonight. But if you want to put in the comment section, yes, I registered, then feel free. If you don't have to, but just make sure you know that you're welcome. And then also Dennis said, think big. And Dr. Connie Green said, listen, you preaching good, Mr. Marvin Wilson. I feel the Holy Spirit moving up in here.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's a blessing. You know what? This is a woman of God that has a show called Wisdom Tips with Dr. Connie Green. Dr. Green, it'd be great to have Marvin Wilson. I'm all about making connections. In the talk show and podcast world, we don't compete against each other at all. All we do is just share. The more the merrier. We want everyone that's willing to listen to each of us in our own respectful areas to benefit from great information like what Marvin Wilson is sharing. So definitely have him on your program. Okay. Let's see. Too much. This is just amazing. This is so much amazing information. Rose Slade said this is about growth. And Dennis said, yes. He's like, yes. I said it, Kim. All right. What made you so passionate? Because you can see the passion.
Yeah. I mean, my journey, and again, it's in my book, guys. It's just, I come from, a lot of things at the beginning wasn't privy. It wasn't just a silver spoon. And I've just been always geared and engineered to just, I've always been the guy like, come on, I was, ahead of my whole office. And when I was in the military, I was always the go-to person. Like, come on, guys, come on, let's go. Let's do it. That's good. And I think I just, I don't look at fear. Not so much that I have to put my life on the line, but I feel like it's my duty, Kim, to get people to, take it to the next level and go for it. It's just in me.
Good. That's really, really good. I'm glad that it's in you, because I think because it's in you, you're going to make sure that it pours out of your pores and blesses other people. So I'm grateful that God allowed us to just cross paths, because I don't believe that anything happens by happenstance, but it's all for a reason.
Not at all.
And so thank you for what you're doing to make our community and our world a better place. Thank you. Listen, our next episode sponsor is Attorney Charles Everidge with Hunter Everidge Law Firm. If you're dealing with disability, or even you've gotten denied a claim before, do not count yourself out. Reach out to Attorney Charles Everidge, Hunter and Everidge Law Firm, 704-377-9157, 704-377-9157, and it's hunter-everidge.com. You want to check them out. We'll be right back after this commercial break talking with Marvin Wilson.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everidge, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone. We're talking with the owner of Lindio Central Charlotte, but he's also able to get funding nationwide. So he's talked about that. He's hosting an event this evening, is a webinar that is at webinars.lindioclt.com. You want to be in the seat, because guess what? You're going to learn how to be the bank. Not just have to go to the bank only, but become the bank. And he's going to share with us secret tips on how to make that happen. And so make sure you register for this event. I want to make sure too, Marvin, that where can people get your book? Because you keep talking about the book, but
yeah, it's actually on Amazon. It's called Passion for Freedom. You see that there. You'll see me with grabbing my necktie, going for it. But yeah, that was something that I actually procured out of COVID as well. I had, wrote a book called Passion for Freedom, and it really wasn't so much, Kim, about credit and business credit. It was just about consistency, just never giving up, and just understanding, what I had in me is going to show up, and, and just having that tenacity and mindset that just no matter what shows up, you're bigger than that.
No matter what shows up, you are bigger than that. That's a profound statement in itself. Yeah. No matter what shows up, you are bigger than that. Put that as a nugget that we can apply to our lives in every aspect of our lives. Yeah. That's a philosophy that I live back. No matter what the circumstances or the situation, God already knew. He's equipped me for it, and I'm going to get through it. I'll be fine.
That's right.
I'll be okay.
Absolutely.
So that's real good. Real good. Let me I went and found this book image, so I want to make sure that I get this up for you all. Oh, wait a minute. Give me 1 second, everybody. You can keep your comments and questions coming in. I just want to pop this image up so y'all will know what to look for. And I think Marvin is pretty dramatic too, by the way, but kind of grainy. But anyway, Passion for Freedom, and he's pulling his necktie, and it's on Amazon, Passion for Freedom. Make sure you all get your copy today, and you can get that right on Amazon. Tell us about some of these pictures.
Yeah. That was that was the Wealth and Wellness event. We was the top sponsor for that, Lindio Central Charlotte. It was actually an old client of mine that I was doing when I did the corporate ticketing, and I actually helped him procure some funding for the event, and also was the top sponsor for the event. So we were like, hey, why not? That was Johnny Stewart. He was Mr. Universe twice. Not Mr. USA, Mr. Universe. And when you can rent out 80,000 square foot of space, then you're doing something. So I was so glad to be able to help him procure funding for the event. He's been doing this thing for a while, but those are the type of events that we're trying to put Lindio beside, and, show the community that no matter what space, no matter what business you're in, I can get you some funding.
That's good.
That's really what the case is.
Are y'all hearing this? No matter what business you're in, he can help you get some funding. Okay, tell us about this here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a kiosk, Kim, that I have. I sort of work with business owners. That's a partnership that I have with Simon and Simon Concord Mills in this area.
Okay.
And we can actually put your videos and we can put your logos and anything that you have going on with your business in front of that walking traffic. I think that it's up to about 300,000 walking through the mall now.
Yeah.
And so we can put your flyers and videos and all that type of stuff in the mall.
That is awesome. Okay, what is this?
Oh, that's the little corporate vehicle. That's the Bentley.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. Now, see, Marvin, now you done something. Did you know my dream vehicle is a red Bentley?
Oh, is it? Uh-oh. Okay. We gotta get you one of those. We gotta get you one.
Marvin, don't play.
Yeah.
Don't play. You better drink that coffee because I'm gonna tell you right now, I want a red Bentley. I want you to personally, let me get myself together here. Let me get professional. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, and today we are sponsored by none other than Bentley. Right? We're not really sponsored yet, y'all. But the thing is, guess what? If I'm driving a red Bentley, I will do my videos from the car. Be like, how you doing out there? I'm Kim Jacobs. And today we're going to be talking about how we're balancing different aspects. Now, keep in mind, I'm balancing my life in this red Bentley.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you got the red Bentley. I know you got the great silver Bentley.
Silver.
Marvin, I want you to personally, you and your whole team, all of us, we rolling up in there. I'm gonna get some kind of fancy purse and be like, hey, we here. I'm here to see my potential sponsored vehicle.
Oh man.
The red Bentley. You gotta put stuff out in the atmosphere. Marvin, you got a silver Bentley. You could have easily introduced me to these people already.
Well, I mean, I got that under again on the business credit. It was on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I got that.
I'm going to harass you. I can tell you that right now. So I turned the whole show personal at this point, everybody. Disregard the interview's over. No, just jokes. We're going to keep it professional here. Please forgive me. Let's see. What's going on here?
Well, actually, that was Courtside Lounge. I was just showing people different aspects. That was a restaurant that I had actually opened with some partners for CIAA weekend. With business credit, guys, you can actually go and acquire corporate credit and corporate commercial credit and commercial buildings very quickly and extensively. So we procured a upscale restaurant for CIAA when it was here in Charlotte.
Wow. What about
that? And that was a house on the lake. That's Lake House Point Drive. That's in Lake Norman.
Wait, now stop. Now you know what? You need to stop talking about I've outgrown my. Did you say that? Is that house available? Is that house available?
I mean, if you got about $4,000 a month to pay, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Marvin, you're gonna have.
I mean, but yeah, it's available.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. Well,
what
actually,
is this?
That's when I stepped into the fintech market and I started introducing a lot of these models. Of course, churches, guys, schools. I'm definitely available, and that's what me and Matthew Knowles had decided to do something together. And he supported me on a tenure to be able, because that's what he actually does. Beyond Beyonce, now he teaches a lot of entrepreneurship and business coaching with schools, churches, and colleges.
Yeah, so that's Beyonce's dad, and right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, okay. This is amazing. I have just been inspired just by going down memory lane on your photo. But this one right here is the kicker for me, obviously. Because I don't put, you know what, when I put my talk show dream out into the atmosphere, it became a reality. So now I'm putting my Bentley dream out there into the reality. So you never know what God's going to do. I might just end up with a red Bentley sitting in front of me.
There you go.
You never know. Dream big, right?
Kim, it's easier than you think.
I can't wait to learn. All right. So anybody else in the virtual studio audience before we close out? What? Connie Green just registered.
Oh, Connie. Yes.
So Dr. Connie Green, she said, I told you that the Holy Spirit was up in here. Up in here. Oh, and Clarissa, like, shoot, I want a Bentley too. Let me push. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Go ahead, you put it up, Mackenzie. It's funny. He's like, Mackenzie's like, you asked me to help you back here. So every time I'm pushing the button, She pushing the button. She's like, can you stop pushing the button since I am here to help you today? Thank you, Mackenzie. Please forgive me for overstepping. Okay, so go ahead, press the next button, Mackenzie. Okay. He will give you the desires of your heart. Kim, go get your car.
Yep, that's it. There you go.
All right. I'm going with Marvin. I ain't just going by myself. I'm be like, I'm with him. Dude, right here. All right.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Listen.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that we've had. Let me go to. Do we have a Lamb Funeral Home where you can pull that up, Mackenzie? A chance? Okay, yes. So let me also let you all know that we are sponsored today by Lamb Funeral Home. And they are in the Concord area, but they are certified in all 50 states, especially if you're a veteran and you need to know the veteran benefits of a loved one that's passing or what to do to pre-plan and different things of that nature. Reach out to Mr. Terry Lamb. He's been a veteran for over 28 years. Phone number is 704-782-3011. We're going to play his commercial now. But we're going to still
Lamb
kind of
Funeral Home has been serving the Cabarrus County in North Carolina and surrounding communities for more than 9 years. Our staff of funeral directors are dedicated to providing the very highest quality of service and continue to be well respected throughout the communities we serve. Our professionals are caring, experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. These requests and traditions are the utmost importance to our staff of licensed funeral directors. From the initial care to aftercare, you can entrust your loved one and arrangements to Lamb Funeral Home.
All right, everyone. Mackenzie's backstage. If you see her, Marvin, she says she wants a corporate car.
She wants a corporate car. Okay.
Yeah, she come on the Kim Jacobs show. I'm like, girl, wait, we go do one thing at one time. We can't do it. She's like, I want my corporate car. I'm like, we got you. We got to figure this out. All right, listen, everybody. Also, if you are interested in starting your own show from scratch, but you want to get funding for that opportunity, keep in mind that you can copy and paste this link as well. Some people want to get funding, and the way that that's set up is like you get like a certain amount of months, zero interest, to be able to get funded to take the course, how to start your own show from scratch, or the StreamYard only training. So if you use this link, that will take you to the funding source to get your course paid for through me doing how to start your own show or through StreamYard only training. And you can use that funding link. All right. So everybody, I really hope that you all I see several of you have already registered. So I'm hoping to see you there this evening. Tell people one more time how they can register for the event.
Definitely, guys. Go into webinars.lindyoclt.com. I think it's pretty even it's on Eventbrite as well. People go there. But yeah, I mean, we're on Lindio, Central Charlotte, IG, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. Definitely Kim have been, definitely so supportive this week. Thank you so much. And 6:30, guys, it's really going down. Some things I've been holding on to, been really to unleash for a while. And I know it's going to be helpful. It's definitely going to support a lot of different people that's been wanting to know a lot of things that's going on out here with this funding world. And we're going to get into it this evening. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. And if God put it in your spirit, man, over there, everybody that's watching, and you want to continue to see this type of programming, make sure that you pour into the Kim Jacobs Show. You can do it through Cash App, $ Kim Jacobs Inc. We have PayPal, Venmo, all kinds of different sources. So we bring you original programming here on the Kim Jacobs Show Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you continue to be an online contributor. And thank you, Rose Slade. I received your contribution to the Kim Jacobs Show yesterday. Thank you so much for your online contribution. A shout out to you. All right. Any closing comment, Mr. Marvin?
No, well, I'm just grateful, guys. Look forward to it. I have the webinar, and I'll be, shooting off to the West Coast, and going to be meeting up with Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion personally. Like literally. And so I'm going to be coming back with some more explosive information. And Kim, I look forward to being back on your show to express even some more information later.
I'm excited. Oh, wait, I put the wrong thing. Okay. Today's episode is sponsored. We misspelled. I misspelled. I'll take all blame. Okay, misspelled. Here we go. Today's episode was sponsored. Okay, that was that. Perfect. So what we're going to do is make sure you all are in the house. I think we've given you every way possible to be there. Webinars.lendioclt.com. When he comes back from those big meetings with the major credit bureaus, which are businesses, y'all, they are businesses.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when you're meeting with those businesses, he's going to come back and share information that will help us and our small businesses to further thrive. Thank you so much, Marvin Wilson, for being here today.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
amazing.
Kim.
Your staff is amazing. And I'm looking forward to great things. Stay backstage for 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. We have another great show lined up for you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Mackenzie, backstage. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.